started. With that, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. So we can stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty,
justice for all.
Thank you very much. Typically in our usual board meeting, open with public comment. Circumstances have changed given the governor's executive order 202. I will let our village attorney, Brian Egan, just discuss that for a moment, and then we can move on to suggested resolutions.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, members of the Board of Trustees and executive staff, and greetings to the members of the public. Thank you for bearing with us in these times of uncertainty as we all combat this virus situation together. I'm sure that I speak for the mayor and the members of the Board of Trustees that we would like nothing more but to be with you on this at this village board meeting together in Village Hall. Unfortunately, based on social distancing and the circumstances, we cannot be. Everyone is familiar, or perhaps familiar, with Executive Law 202.1, which is one of the first local law emergency orders adopted by the governor on March 12th, which set aside certain segments of the Public Officers Law, specifically Article 7, with regard to the Open Meetings Law, and provided that to the extent necessary to permit any public body to meet and take such actions authorized by law without permitting in public, in-person access to meetings, and authorizing such meetings to be held remotely by conference call or similar service. The only provision was that the public would have the ability to view or listen to such proceedings, and that such meetings are recorded and later transcribed. Under the existing Public Officers Law, there is no comment on public agendas. There is no provision for it, but public hearings. And in this case, the governor suspended our public participation. So while it's regrettable, it is necessary, and we have to comply with the governor's instructions. So we apologize, and thank you for bearing with us during this time. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much. We appreciate the explanation. We now have suggested resolutions. So with that being said, Russell Crowderville, Village Administrator, can begin with that. Thank you, Russell.
We'll entertain a motion resolved that the Board of Trustees authorizes the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Southampton Presbyterian Church for public use of a parking lot.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is there 4 ayes?
4 aye. Yes.
No. Kim.
Excuse me,
Take
Russell, could I suggest that in votes that are being taken via this service, that to make your life easier, that we do that by roll call?
Okay.
Kimberly, you need
Trustee-
to take it off of mute.
Okay. Entertain a motion resolved that the Board of Trustees authorizes the mayor to enter into an agreement with Verizon Wireless for a small cell wireless communication installation subject to approval of form by the village attorney.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Mayor, discussion on that item just for a moment. I could just also add, before the board completes its vote, on that the business terms are in proper form. The only question is with regard to reserving the village's right on design and construction and engineering of the actual installations. So the board tonight would be to authorize the village to enter into the lease, subject to the village's professional staff reviewing engineering, design, and construction.
Great. Thank you for the explanation.
Trustee Yastrzemski.
Aye.
Trustee Allen. Mayor Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Parrish.
Aye.
Trustee Polaro.
Aye.
Next, entertain a motion resolved that the Board of Trustees directs that a public hearing be held on April 21st, 2020 to hear any and all persons for or against an amendment to Section 80-1N of Chapter 80 of the Village Code to regulate surfboarding on Ocean Beach, and directs the village administrator to publish and post the notice of public hearing.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Yastrzemski.
Aye.
Trustee Allen.
Aye.
Mayor Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Parrish.
Aye.
Trustee Polaro.
Aye.
Entertain a motion resolved that the Board of Trustees directs that a public hearing be held on April 21st, 2020, to hear any and all persons for or against an amendment to Section 80-1A1 of Chapter 80 of the Village Code to regulate surf schools on Ocean Beach, and directs the village administrator to publish and post a notice of public hearing.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Yastrzemski.
Aye.
Trustee Allen.
Aye.
Mayor Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Parrish.
Aye.
Trustee Polaro.
Aye.
That is all the suggested resolutions.
Great, thank you, Russell. At this point, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn this meeting to executive session for the purpose of discussing litigation, personnel, and other matters involving the village.
Is there a
So
second?
moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you, everyone. We are now adjourned.
State that we're back in
Okay,
regular session.
we're back in public session, 6:45 p.m. Tuesday night,
Okay.
March 31st.
And we have two resolutions for the board to entertain. We'll entertain a motion resolved that the Board of Trustees authorizes the law firm of Devitt Spellman to sign a settlement agreement and order on the matter of Eames versus the Village of Southampton.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Yastrzemski.
Aye.
Trustee Allen.
Aye.
Mayor Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Parrish.
Aye.
Trustee Polaro.
Aye.
I'm going to entertain a motion resolved that the Board of Trustees authorizes the mayor to enter into a consulting agreement with Nicole Christian, subject to form approved by the village attorney.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Yastrzemski.
Aye.
Trustee Allen.
Aye.
Mayor Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Parrish.
Aye.
Trustee Polaro.
Aye.
Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Before that motion, Brian, did you have
Okay.
something? I know, Brian, did you have something to say?
Thank you. I just wanted to point out, I'm sorry to interrupt, Russell. I just wanted to point out before with Eames versus Brown, just for the purposes of the public record, that is at no cost to the village of Southampton. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for that. So with that said, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.